Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Have you all noticed that there are more and more women coming out to confess that this whole buying a home thing as a single woman is they're starting to feel the financial stress and the financial burden of being a homeowner as a single woman? Have you guys noticed that? Well, I can tell you one thing. I have noticed that it started out with maybe one or two women, and then it became a host of single women, not married women, but single women. And that is what led me to make this video because I just want to talk about a few things, just very few things that I believe single women could benefit from. The key word is could. If they apply it, the key word is could benefit from. I may say one or two things in this video that will pinch some single women, but hear me out first. From the start of this video to the very end, hear me out first before you go on and start, you know, getting all upset with what I'm about to say. Okay, let me start by saying this. I truly believe that women in general, single or married, women were never meant to be fully responsible for any type of financial burden. That is what I believe. And I believe that maybe, I don't know if I should be using this word, but the patriarchy, maybe I just believe that the patriarchy in general, one of their overarching goals was to make sure that women, women didn't have a lot of financial burden because it would stress women out. Women would not be able to come into their full potential if they had financial burden. You see, that's why it was important for women to be married, and all her financial needs were supposed to be provided by her husband so that she is less stressed, okay? And she can now take care of herself, take care of the children, take care of her husband, and make the house the home. I'm summarizing, some of the goals of the patriarchy, but I truly believe that that was one of their goals, their main goals for women. The man is going to go out there and kill himself, put himself, in front of danger so that he can provide for his family. And the woman is just supposed to be his supporter, his help, and none of the financial burden was supposed to be on her. Now, in today's day, things have changed. And the patriarchy almost sounds like a devilish word, a demonic word, right? And women are now, being the primary breadwinner of their homes, whether they're married or they're single. But today's video is specifically on single women. Now, let me say this to the single women out there. Let me just help you out a little bit. I truly believe that life is about choices and trade-offs. It's about giving and taking. If you give, you're going to take something back, but get ready because it's going to almost match the energy that you use to give. We are all responsible as women in general. We're all responsible for the choices that we make. Men are too, but this channel is for women. We're responsible for the choices that we make, but you cannot make choices and get mad about the outcomes, right? Take your outcomes and say, yep, I did it. I made the choice and these are the outcomes. Oh, well, let me now begin to learn how to deal with my outcomes based on the choices that I made. So here's the thing for the single women. It is true that we want to experience life on planet Earth, but isn't it better to experience life with a good man that you can cooperate with, and then he can take on the brunt of the financial burden? Single ladies, doesn't that sound good to you? Well, the thing is, a lot of single women are buying homes for different reasons. Maybe because I truly believe that part of it is because Women now claim that they're single. Oh no, not so much that they're single, but they're strong, they're independent, they're boss babes, they're boss queens. They want to show that they can do all these financial things and financial gains without a man. That sounds good, face value, but the thing is, as time goes on, it will bite a lot of single women in the rear, and it's not going to feel good, and it's not going to be funny anymore. And then women come on social media and start crying, saying, oh my God, start complaining the financial burden of being a homeowner, this, that, and the other. Oh Lord, what did I get myself into? It's better if I could share the financial burden of being a homeowner with someone else. Just so, ladies, life on planet Earth is what you make it. So, life on its own is very hard. Why make it harder by choosing to do things that will hurt you in the end? And if you're not sure, as a single woman, if your choices will hurt you in the end, if you're going to come up with a decision, before you carry out the decision, run it by some other people. Run it by your married friends. If you don't have any married friends, run it by people who are married, and their relationship or their marriage is relatively healthy. Run it by them and see what they say. Because honestly, this ownership stuff is not easy. It is not a walk in the park. If you are a single woman and you're doing this home ownership by yourself, more power to you. Good luck. But like I said, life is about choices and trade-offs, okay? You choose a man who you can cooperate with, a man that you fancy, a man that you love, a man that fancies you and loves you right back, a man that you can respect, a man that you can be under his leadership, and you trust his leadership and you trust his provision, and let him be the one to carry the bulk of the financial burden instead of it being you as a woman. Because women, I truly believe that women were not meant to suffer. Financially, we were just not meant to suffer. We were meant to get with a good man that we can cooperate with. He provides, he supports us. He does all, the leadership, the provision, the protection, and all that good stuff. And then us women are just meant to be his helpmeets. I mean, how hard is that? Or how wrong is that? Yes, us women are now liberated so we can, go to school, get all these high degrees, and be strong and independent. Well, how far is your strong, independent self taking you when it comes to home ownership? A lot of women are feeling the brunt of being a homeowner, and they're crying out for help. They're starting to realize that, maybe if I had settled down, maybe if I had piped myself down, become humble, get with a good man, cooperate with him, and he take care of those heavy financial burdens that tend to sit on our shoulders as women. I'm also an advocate. Don't get me wrong now, women. I'm an advocate for every woman having her own income coming into her own account in her own name. I am all for that as well, because my God, you have to be an adult at some point in your life before you get married, if you're trying to get married. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is there are some experiences in life, ladies, that you can avoid. Avoid unnecessary stress. Avoid unnecessary burden. Life in and of itself is already stressful. Avoid the extras if you so possibly can. Get with a good man. For those of you that want to get married, get with a good man and let him take on that burden, and you use your money for the things you need to use your money for. Your money, of course, is always going to count in your marriage, but guess what? The bulk of the financial burden will not be on you. That's what I'm talking about. You see, I mean, a lot of single men, if you notice, they're not even buying homes. And some of them, I know a lot of single men that are not buying homes in my own personal space. But the thing is that most of them would say, why buy a home when I don't have a family? But women steady out there buying homes with no family. Maybe they have kids, maybe they're, maybe they're single moms, or maybe they're not single moms. But a lot of women are steady buying homes out there. Yes, I get it. It's a status symbol. But the thing is, if you choose status symbol over being reasonable, it's going to hurt you in the end if you can't keep up. What's the point having a house as a single woman, working 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs, killing yourself just to prove a point? Ladies, we know, okay, this is 2024. We know you're independent. We know you're strong. We know you're a boss babe. You're a boss queen. You're this, that, and the other. We know you can buy. But if you buy these things, can you afford to keep them and sustain them to the end? If the answer is no, you got to rethink the decisions and the choices, ladies, that you're putting out there. You got to rethink those things. Women should not be out here crying due to financial burden. I truly don't believe women should be doing that. When God has given women a lot of choices that will help us women. God has given us the idea of marriage. Get with a good man that's financially stable and can carry the brunt of the financial burden. If you get with him, get a man that you can cooperate with. Because sorry, ladies, cooperation is a requirement in a long-term relationship that's committed and in a marriage. Cooperation is a requirement. You cannot sustain any relationship in a positive way if you are not cooperating with that man. So humble yourself, and if you have to bite your tongue and figure out how you can get a man to cooperate with, that you know will be good to you, and you will be good to him right back. Let's stop this this whole thing about women just carrying the financial burden, as single women, and hurting on the inside. Almost like you're suffering and smiling type deal. But right now, women are not just suffering and smiling, they're suffering and they're crying out there. If you have noticed the trend that's going on with single women that are homeowners, they're suffering and they're crying out that they're suffering now, when all along they could have just taken the easier route. Get with a good man, let him take the financial burden off of your shoulders so that you can relax back and do womanly, feminine things for him. Why is that such a bad idea in a lot of modern women's head? I don't get it. I honestly don't. Ladies, if you get it, drop down in the comment section and explain to me. I don't get it. There are so many things to experience on planet Earth. One of those things you don't want to experience is financial burden as a woman. Why? Why would you choose financial burden for yourself when God has all along provided so many ways for you not to be in any form of financial burden? Marriage to a good man that provides financially, is one of those ways that God has provided. But because we have freedom as women, we can decide to get married, right? And we can decide not to get married. Well, good luck with your decision. My thing is, ladies, whatever you decide as single women, remember that you're going to have to eat your outcomes. So make sure that your decisions make sense long term. Look at the long term effects that could possibly happen instead of looking at the here and now. Look at long term. Is this going to make financial sense to me? If the answer is no, you probably want to rethink your choices and your decisions. It has to make sense, because you cannot take care of your health and at the same time, have all this financial stress on you. Your health will tank. So ladies, let's discuss. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's discuss in the comment section how we're going to do this, how we're going to fix this. What's in your minds, ladies? What are you thinking when you choose all the wrong, unfavorable outcomes? You choose those outcomes based on your decisions that you implement in your life. All right, ladies, let's discuss until the next video. Bye.